If you have a child who struggles academically, socially, or behaviorally, like I did my entire life, the good news is there's a program out there that can help them overcome these challenges. Of course, I'm talking about Brain Balance. And there are 2 locations, one in Cary, one in Wake Forest. And with me from the Cary location is Dr. Rebecca Jackson. How are you doing?
Hi, great. Thanks, Mike.
Great. So tell me all about the Brain Balance program.
So Brain Balance is what we consider a brain-based approach rather than a symptom-based approach. So if a child's struggling in an area, we're looking to see if there's an area of the brain that isn't connecting appropriately that's going to complicate output.
Since I've always done well on IQ tests, but struggled with my schoolwork and behavior in class, I decided to take some tests myself.
So the first piece that we're going to look at is we're going to look to see if both of your eyes are engaged in communicating with the brain.
After putting on some stylish glasses, we tested my vision, depth perception, and visual processing.
There's a couple points that you're struggling with. So again, for you, it's going to take a little bit longer to shift those eyes from your paper to the blackboard.
Then we tested my ability to comprehend 2 different sentences being spoken at the same time in different ears. Something about the summer. By the time I said what I heard in this ear, I'd forgotten what I'd heard in this ear.
So that tells me there's a little bit of a delay in information that you're hearing. So again, in a classroom, you're going to need a little more space and time to absorb what a teacher's saying. And if there's background noise, your brain is struggling differentiating the sound. So to block and filter noisy kids in a classroom to focus on what the teacher's saying, your brain is really competing to hear both and not able to kind of focus auditorily.
Next, we measured my rhythm and timing.
Good.
All right, so how did I do?
You did pretty well. The biggest thing that I saw is there's a difference in timing between the left side of your brain and the right side of the brain. Your right side of the brain was much more accurate, reacting and responding to that beat. You had a little bit of a lag time coming from that left brain, and the left side of the brain is going to be what's more commonly associated with those ADD type symptoms. So we're seeing a tendency towards a little more immaturity coming from the left side of the brain.
Then I got to put on another cool pair of glasses to test my reading comprehension.
So this graph is showing me what your left eye is doing while you're reading versus your right eye. And obviously we want the eyes to be exactly in sync, and we're seeing a difference here between left and right.
And after a quick quiz, I reread the same paragraph to myself to test my eye movement.
Your eyes are literally working twice as hard as what they should to get through this passage. Which you can imagine for a child, if you're reading things out of order, that's going to impact comprehension as well.
It's frustrating too.
Yes.
And now the results.
So what the test showed us is there's a difference between how your right brain is functioning versus left brain, and that's really important. In order to get the best brain results, we want both sides of the brain processing and reacting at the same speed.
So I can still have a higher IQ, but just not be able to process.
Absolutely, and that's so important to understand. You can be a very brilliant, intelligent person.
Thank you. No, that's not me.
But you have some areas of the brain that are complicating output.
If you want to find out how Brain Balance Centers can help your child, they have a location in Cary and in Wake Forest. Go to brainbalancecenters.com.